Have you ever stopped to think about how algorithms shape our lives on a daily basis? From deciding what you watch on television to helping doctors make diagnoses, these complex systems underlie almost everything we do. But what really are algorithms? In this video, we'll uncover the secrets that drive artificial intelligence and discover how it influences our daily lives in ways you never imagined. Stay with us and dive into this fascinating universe. Algorithms are well-defined sequences of instructions that allow you to solve problems or perform specific tasks. The essence of algorithms lies in the fact that they work like a kitchen recipe, a series of steps that, when followed correctly, lead to a desired result. Although we often associate algorithms with computing and artificial intelligence, these concepts are actually much broader and present in many aspects of our daily lives. From the way a simple calculator performs mathematical operations to the complex recommendation systems of streaming platforms, algorithms play fundamental roles. When you search for a video on YouTube, an algorithm decides what content to present to you, considering factors such as your preferences and what other people are watching. This universality of algorithms is surprising. They are the common language that connects technology to diverse disciplines, from medicine to psychology. Understanding what algorithms are is the first step to understanding artificial intelligence and the innovative solutions it can offer. As we look to the future, it is essential to realize that behind every algorithm are a series of decisions that can affect the way we interact with the world around us. The history of algorithms in artificial intelligence dates back centuries, but has flourished especially since the mid-20th century. The term algorithm derives from the name of the Persian mathematician Al-Khwarizmi, who lived in the 9th century and made significant contributions to mathematics and the concept of systematic problem-solving. The real push for AI, however, began after World War II, when researchers like Alan Turing and John McCarthy began formulating ideas about machines that could simulate human intelligence. In the 1950s, the first programs appeared that could learn and solve simple problems. Since then, over the decades, we have seen a huge advance in the ability of algorithms to process and analyze data. With the increase in computing power and the availability of large volumes of data, new approaches have emerged, such as machine learning and, more recently, deep learning. These techniques have not only expanded the capabilities of algorithms, but have also begun to solve problems that were previously considered too complicated for machines. The story of artificial intelligence, therefore, is a chronicle of how algorithms have evolved to become powerful tools that transform not only technology, but also the way we interact with the world. The importance of algorithms in everyday life is often underestimated. When we get up in the morning and ask our virtual assistant to tell us the weather forecast, or when we decide which movie to watch based on recommendations from a streaming platform, we are actually trusting algorithms to guide us. In recent years, algorithms have infiltrated every aspect of modern life, influencing decisions ranging from online shopping to medical diagnoses. In healthcare, for example, algorithms are being used to analyze large amounts of patient data, helping doctors identify illnesses before they become critical. In finance, they help predict market fluctuations and manage risk. Additionally, algorithms also play a key role on social media, determining which posts appear in your feed and how information spreads. Thus, while we are often unaware of their presence, algorithms are like invisible facilitators of everyday activities, shaping not only our choices, but also social and cultural interactions themselves. Demystifying the complexity of algorithms is a crucial step, especially in a world where technology is becoming increasingly ubiquitous. Many believe that algorithms are created by incomprehensible experts, but the truth is that, at their core, they are built on simple principles of logic and mathematics. The work of artists like Joan Clark and others in cryptography during World War II illustrates how algorithms can be complex, but their implementation can be quite structured and organized. A basic algorithm can be something as simple as a series of if-then statements that guide the machine's decisions. For example, an algorithm can be programmed to recommend a movie based on the rating the user has given to similar movies. While complex artificial intelligence implementations may involve layers of data and neural networks, the foundation is still logical and structured. By simplifying the narrative around algorithms and showing that they can be understood and used by more people, we strengthen the notion that technology is not just for experts, but can be a tool for all of us if we know how to use it. Therefore, instead of fearing algorithms, we should embrace the opportunity to learn about them and how they impact our lives. Machine learning techniques are fundamental to understanding how algorithms can learn from data. Basically, machine learning is a subarea of artificial intelligence that focuses on developing algorithms that can improve their performance on a specific task through experience. Rather than being directly programmed with rigid rules, these algorithms analyze data, identify patterns, and adjust their approaches accordingly. There are three main types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. In supervised learning, algorithms are trained with a dataset that already has known results, which allows them to learn to predict results for new data. On the other hand, in unsupervised learning, algorithms analyze data without labels, seeking to structure or classify information independently. Reinforcement learning involves the algorithm interacting with an environment, where it receives rewards or punishments based on its actions, which encourages it to behave in a way that maximizes positive results. Thus, through these techniques, algorithms are able to adapt and improve, becoming increasingly effective in solving the proposed problems, which is essential in the most varied applications today. For a machine learning algorithm to work effectively, it is crucial that it can process data properly. Data processing involves collecting, cleaning, and transforming data into a format that the algorithm can understand. This is especially important because messy or inaccurate data can compromise the quality of results. A practical example would be in healthcare, where patient data collection must be thorough to allow algorithms to identify diseases accurately. After processing, the next step is modeling, where mathematical structures that represent the data and the relationships between them are created. A model is like an outline that the algorithm will use to make predictions or decisions. However, a good model is not just one that is complexly designed. Often, simpler models can perform better, depending on the type of data available and the problem to be solved. Therefore, the simplicity and effectiveness of the model are key factors. Furthermore, continuous monitoring and updating of the model is essential, as new information and data constantly emerge, allowing improvements and adjustments over time. Model training and validation are essential steps in the process of developing machine learning algorithms. Training is when the model learns from a set of data, adjusting internal parameters accordingly to achieve the best possible accuracy. During this phase, it is important to provide a significant amount of varied data so that the algorithm has a solid foundation from which to learn. After training, we reach the validation phase, where the model's performance is tested on a new set of data, which was not seen during training. This is crucial to ensure that the model not only remembers the data, but can generalize and make correct predictions about new and unknown data. Validation helps identify whether the model is overfitting the training data, which can lead to errors. To measure the effectiveness of a model, several metrics can be used, such as precision, recall, and F1 score. A well-trained and validated model will be able to operate effectively in a variety of real-world scenarios, transforming data into valuable insights. Neural networks are one of the most fascinating and powerful approaches within the field of machine learning. Inspired by the functioning of the human brain, these structures are composed of layers of artificial neurons that communicate with each other. Each neuron receives inputs, performs calculations, and produces an output that can be used as input for the next neuron. This arrangement allows neural networks to be highly effective in handling complex, unstructured data such as images, sounds, and text. Deep learning, which is a branch of machine learning, uses neural networks with multiple layers, hence the term deep. And it is this depth that allows these networks to detect very complex patterns. For example, in image recognition, early layers might identify edges and colors, while later layers combine this information to recognize entire objects. It is important to note that training a neural network can be computationally and data-intensive, but the results often overcome these difficulties. Furthermore, issues of interpretability and bias in decisions made by neural networks have generated important discussions as they have become so integrated into various everyday applications, from virtual assistants to medical diagnostics. In recent years, the issue of privacy has gained increasing importance in our lives, especially when it comes to algorithms. Algorithms collect and analyze personal data on an ongoing basis, and this practice raises important questions about how information is used and who has access to it. When we access social media or shop online, we often don't realize that our data is being monitored and used to personalize our experiences. While this personalization may be convenient, it raises concerns about invasion of privacy and misuse of personal information. The way algorithms work, collecting data about our preferences, habits, and interactions, can sometimes seem intrusive. For example, recommending a movie that suits your taste can be seen as a positive experience, but the subconscious alerts you to the fact that this requires tracking your choices. Therefore, companies have a responsibility to ensure data protection and privacy. Furthermore, it is crucial that we, as users, are aware of the data we share and what we are giving up in exchange for services. Privacy awareness and education are fundamental steps so that we can enjoy technology in a safe and responsible way. When we talk about the influence of algorithms on critical decisions, it is important to consider that, in several areas, these tools need to be approached with care. For example, in medical emergency situations, algorithms that analyze patient data can help doctors make decisions in fractions of seconds. However, an error in the functioning of these algorithms can result in erroneous diagnoses or inadequate treatments, affecting people's lives. In addition to medicine, sectors such as justice and finance also use algorithms for decisions that can profoundly impact citizens' lives. In courts, algorithms can be used to predict the likelihood of a convicted person repeating a crime, but this raises ethical questions about impartiality and the biases that these systems can carry. In the banking sector, algorithms analyze financial history to approve or deny loans, which could lead to worsening inequalities if human factors are not considered. Therefore, it is crucial that people involved in developing and implementing algorithms understand the responsibility they have in their hands and seek to ensure not only effectiveness, but also justice and ethics in the decisions that these tools influence. Therefore, an open and transparent dialogue about how and what criteria are used is necessary so that we can feel safe in a world increasingly driven by technology. The use of algorithms on social networks is a reality that instigates both curiosity and concern among users. These algorithms have the power to shape the social interactions we experience daily, determining what we see and who we interact with on platforms. This means that behind every post that appears in our feed, there is an algorithm making choices based on complex collectives of data covering interests, behaviors, and friendships. This personalization can create an engaging experience, but it can also result in social bubbles, where we are only exposed to opinions and content that reinforce our beliefs. This phenomenon, known as echo chambers, can limit our perception of the world around us and impact how we relate to others. Additionally, the way algorithms prioritize certain content can have a significant impact on broader social events, such as political movements and social causes. Therefore, it is essential that users understand how these technologies work so that they can navigate their online interactions consciously. By promoting digital education and media literacy, we can empower women over 50 to engage critically and informedly with these platforms, ensuring they can exercise more active control over their digital experience and social networks. The future of human-machine interaction is constantly evolving as algorithms become increasingly sophisticated. With advances in artificial intelligence, we can anticipate a scenario in which this interaction will become more intuitive and personalized. Human beings can, for example, talk to virtual assistants in a more natural way, as they would with a friend. This interaction is not just limited to voice. The inclusion of visual elements and gestures will also allow communication between humans and machines to become richer and more diverse. However, this evolution carries challenges and responsibilities. As technology becomes more present in our lives, it is crucial that we maintain a balance between harnessing the benefits and addressing the associated risks, such as over-reliance on machines for everyday decisions. Furthermore, ethics in programming these algorithms must be a priority in order to avoid bias and ensure that they are beneficial for everyone. The involvement of society, including women over 50, in this debate is essential to ensure that new technologies reflect inclusive and diverse values. Therefore, as we accept the changes that will come, we must prepare to continue learning and adapting our behaviors to interact in a healthy and constructive way with the machines that surround us. Algorithmic bias is a crucial topic when we talk about artificial intelligence. It refers to the phenomenon in which algorithms, due to inadequate or biased data, end up reflecting inequalities and prejudices that already exist in society. For example, if a resume selection algorithm is fed historical hiring data, and this data contains bias against certain groups, the algorithm may continue to perpetuate these discriminations, favoring one profile over another. It is vital that we take a critical look at the data that feeds the algorithms and that we implement practices to review it and correct these biases. Awareness of algorithmic bias helps us not only develop fairer systems, but also make decisions more transparent. Organizations and companies are increasingly being called upon to explain how their algorithms work and what steps they are taking to avoid bias and ensure everyone is treated equally. Therefore, understanding algorithmic bias and its origin is an important step towards a fairer and more equal society, where artificial intelligence truly serves everyone. Transparency and understandability of algorithms are essential aspects of ensuring that people trust technology. When algorithms are obscure and difficult to understand, people tend to distrust them. This is especially relevant when these technologies affect our lives in significant ways, such as granting credit or making medical diagnoses. For an algorithm to be considered transparent, its operation must be clearly explained in an accessible way. This does not mean that every line of code needs to be disclosed, but that the basic functioning must be understandable to the general public. Furthermore, the possibility of questioning and understanding the decisions made by an algorithm is fundamental. To this end, several initiatives are being developed, such as increased regulation on the use of algorithms in decision-making processes and the promotion of best practices in the development of artificial intelligence. By promoting transparency, it is possible to build trust and allow people to feel safer when interacting with these technologies, recognizing their potential but also their limitations. The robustness and security of algorithms are increasingly relevant concerns as technology advances. For an algorithm to be widely accepted and used, it must be able to function properly even in adverse conditions and resist attempts at manipulation or attack. For example, in financial systems, an algorithm that is not robust enough can result in fraud or significant financial losses. Furthermore, the security of the data used by algorithms is a critical point. If sensitive data is not protected, it can lead to personal information leaks and other harmful consequences. Thus, algorithm developers need to focus on creating models that are not only effective but also resilient. Rigorous testing, as well as the implementation of cybersecurity measures, are essential in this process. With the rise of digital threats, the ability to protect data and ensure that algorithms operate securely and reliably is an indispensable requirement for the evolution of artificial intelligence. The challenge of scalability is another important aspect to consider when developing artificial intelligence algorithms. As a solution becomes more popular or is adopted by an increasing number of users, algorithms need to be able to handle this demand without compromising their performance. This requires developers to consider not only the effectiveness of the algorithm in a controlled environment, but also its ability to operate on a large scale. Scalability can be affected by several factors, such as the volume of data being processed, the complexity of operations, and the technology infrastructure used. Finding ways to scale algorithms is critical so that they can be implemented in companies and services that serve millions of users simultaneously. Innovations in the area of cloud computing and advances in algorithm architecture have contributed to solving these challenges, but the road is still long. Therefore, when developing artificial intelligence solutions, having a plan to scale efficiently is crucial to ensuring these tools remain effective and useful as they grow in use. Emerging trends in artificial intelligence, AI, are shaping up from technological innovations and the needs of modern society. One of the main trends is the increase in personalization. Companies are increasingly using algorithms to offer personalized experiences to users, whether online shopping, entertainment recommendations, or even health content. Another major advance is the ability of algorithms to process data in real time. Real-time data integration allows AIs to help with critical decisions, such as in medical emergency situations or environmental monitoring. Furthermore, ethics in AI is gaining prominence. With the growing influence of algorithms on our lives, there is a growing demand for transparency and accountability in their use. The discussion about bias in data and the need for diversification in teams that create algorithms is on the rise. Other areas of emphasis include AI applied to health, with more accurate diagnoses and disease prevention and sustainable development, where algorithms help to optimize the use of natural resources. The future looks promising, bringing solutions that can improve many aspects of our everyday lives, as long as we continue to carefully navigate the ethical and social challenges that arise. The relationship between artificial intelligence and sustainability is an expanding area, reflecting a growing recognition of the importance of technologies that not only benefit the economy, but also the environment. AI can play a crucial role in natural resource management, helping to monitor and optimize water and energy use, for example. AI systems are capable of analyzing vast amounts of data to predict consumption patterns and identify areas where adjustments can be made to improve efficiency. In this sense, precision agriculture has benefited enormously from the application of AI, allowing farmers to make more assertive decisions that result in less waste and a more sustainable use of inputs. Another important aspect is the use of AI in waste management, helping to classify and recycle materials more effectively. As cities become smarter, mobility solutions are also being planned with the help of AI, reducing congestion and reducing pollution. Thus, artificial intelligence is not just a promise of innovation, but a powerful ally in building a more sustainable future. The regulation and governance of artificial intelligence have become increasingly relevant issues as the technology advances and becomes an integral part of society. With the potential for significant impact on various spheres of life, it is crucial to establish clear guidelines and policies that ensure the responsible use of AI. In many countries, lawmakers and technology experts are meeting to discuss best practices and create legislation that prevents abuses such as algorithmic discrimination and privacy violations. A central aspect of AI regulation is transparency, where companies and developers are encouraged to share information about how their algorithms work and what data is used. AI governance also involves implementing structures that ensure accountability in cases where the technology may fail or cause harm. Furthermore, with the growth of AI applications in critical sectors such as health and safety, the need for stringent standards is even more evident. Building an effective regulatory framework is challenging, but it is critical to ensuring that artificial intelligence serves social well-being and aligns with society's ethical values. Preparing for a world permeated by artificial intelligence requires a joint effort from society. First of all, education plays a fundamental role. It is imperative that both young students and adults learn about the capabilities and limitations of AI. Courses and workshops can foster understanding of technology and its practical applications, as well as its ethical and social implications. Furthermore, investing in digital skills becomes essential as most future professions will require basic, if not advanced, familiarity with AI-based technologies. Another important aspect is adapting the worker's mentality. The future of work must be seen as an opportunity and not a threat. AI can take over repetitive tasks and let humans focus on activities that require creativity and empathy. Lastly, awareness of privacy rights and data security is vital. As more data is collected, the need for people to know how to protect their personal information arises. Therefore, preparing for the world with AI involves education, practical skills, mental adaptation, and autonomy in relation to personal data. Algorithms are powerful tools that influence our daily lives, and understanding them is crucial not only for navigating the digital world, but also for shaping a more ethical and fair future. We are curious to hear your stories. What kind of narrative about technology, artificial intelligence, or its application to social issues would you like to explore next? How do you believe algorithms can impact our everyday decisions, both positively and negatively? What concerns do you have about the use of algorithms in our lives? If you like this video and want to understand more about how technology shapes our world, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next content.